What's up, everybody? It's Desiree McKinney, and this is about a time when I tried out for America's Next Top Model. Um, it was a cool experience for, I guess, learning how the entertainment industry truly works. But I started off watching America's Next Top Model when I was a kid. I remember Tyra having the Tyra show around the time I got super intrigued in doing it. And because of the age I was at, they weren't allowing little girls to like audition. So I remember sending her like a long dissertation with my mother's help. Like I was doing a school paper or something, just asking her if people under the age of 18 could try out. And thank God, like now that she didn't allow kids to try out for America's Next Top Model, no shade to her. I really look up to Tyra. I have looked up to her for super long time. But that's just how the TV world is. I'm learning and I've learned. So long story short, oh, sorry, y'all. It's the middle of the night. YouTube be wanting you to post every freaking day. And I am monetized on there, but they be trying to play me. So I'm trying to do better. And I usually be doing something like eating or making my waist beads for my website, thedesiree.com. But I am like drained. So y'all just finna get the story time this time. But I tried out for America's Next Top Model in, I think, like 2009, 2010-ish. And I did it with my best friend at the time. I remembered putting a whole, like having my portfolio, having it with me, and then going and spending the night outside of the venue that they had America's Next Top Model at. And we slept in the car just so we would be some of the first girls in line, because I had been acting for a really long time already. And just knowing that you're supposed to be at least 15 minutes early for your gigs and stuff. And then if you know it's going to be a lot of people, you show up even earlier and everything. We just wanted to make sure we were on time. So I remember sleeping in the car, literally waiting in this extremely long line. And that's the process for some gigs. But when I tell you guys, when we got to the front of the line, I'm thinking, because the way they make it seem on the show is like they're going to have you, say your name and like your age and talk a little bit more about yourself and your family and just get deeper and deeper into it. And like, I thought as well that like maybe if you have more experience, or like my best friend was at the time, she like super was just really gorgeous. And so we just, I was like, we'll figure out which one they gonna pick, which one. Nails by Femi Beauty too. I ain't even really trying to flash them, but they're so pretty, it's noticeable. But yeah, man, so we go through the line. They end up just telling us to say three things: your name, your age, and where you're from. And I was like, okay, like we spent the night here, did all that. So we went through. When I tell you guys, this is a short story. They ended up picking the person in front of me and the person behind me. The person in front of me literally was half special needs. That's probably not the right thing to say. She was very scared. She was very scared to talk. She was one of those people, I guess, when you freeze up, which I've done at an audition before, but I'm glad I did that at that one because it was creepy. And that was like a little kid audition I did. But yeah, she literally forgot. She didn't say her name, her age, her nothing. She just was like deer in the headlights. Then the girl behind me, bro, she was like the typical embarrassment to African American people. She was just like, my name, da da, and if you don't pick me, you stupid, and rah, 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 and like saying a bunch of extra stuff. So they have us all sit down and wait. I think we was waiting for like 2-3 hours before they even like came and went through all the names of the people, bro. And long story short, child, they did not call my name. And when I tell you, me and my friend at the time, we did not even want to go home. We just walked through the Galleria Mall and just looked at all the big, huge billboards of all the models. And most of them weren't black anyway, especially at that time. So we were just like walking through the mall like little sad puppies, half asleep, half dead, half alive, because we stayed up for 2 days and did the most to do our hair and our makeup and stuff just to like them pick the girl in front that couldn't talk and was scared to talk and the girl behind us that was like a hood booger. So, man, life is funny that way. Life is funny. I'm glad stuff happened the way it did. I actually ended up getting signed to an agency a little bit after that. And the stuff in the modeling industry, that's a totally different video y'all will get. But if Tyra ever sees this, or even just the people from America's Next Top Model, I ended up actually hanging out with Janice Dickenson on a few different occasions. Once I moved to Los Angeles, I saved up enough to move. I have been signed to multiple large agencies. I signed to Wilhelmina. I also was signed to Neil Hamill. I also was signed to Paige Parks. And I also was signed to Brand Models. And also was signed for like acting too. And music, I don't be wanting to get, I don't like signing anything for my music stuff. But nonetheless, it was an eye-opening experience. And Tyra, I still look up to her. I think that people are being really hard on her with the, like, I don't know how, I guess it's just a really sensitive culture now. But Tyra went through a lot herself. And I think that people don't realize that, like, being a model in the USA is a lot like being in the military. You're supposed to look a certain way. I couldn't have my nails done like this, especially in those times. Like, you couldn't have, that's why I go so crazy with my nails, I feel like now, because you had to wear nude or pink or like light white or clear nail polish, barely even have your nails done because you couldn't take away from the clothes. And then it was like, if my brows were like this, that would have been a problem. Like, and if I had lashes, sometimes that would have been a problem. Most of the time, that would have been a problem. Like, I like doing a full face. I don't have one on right now, but any little details of things, like, people will nitpick and find something wrong. And it just depends on the person or the designer or what they like or what they want. And you can never please everybody because everybody sees beauty differently. And when you're really young like that and you're getting picked apart, I was always told I was too big, too fat, too chunky, or my booty was too big, or my hips or my boobs or whatever. So I loved looking at Tyra because I felt like she was a representation of me. Like, I worked so hard. I still do. I eat vegan most of the time. Constantly on treadmills. I'm constantly working out, but it's not in a sense now of, oh, I need to be a size 0 too. I just am because of my diet choices. But even more so, like, being thick is beautiful, being big is beautiful, or being, overweight is beautiful if you consider that in the American standard or the European standard, I'll say, because that's not even the American standard of weight or whatever. Is still beautiful. My nose is wider, so I had like people, different agencies complain about like my nose or just little crazy things. I couldn't have this, and if you did have something like this, like a nose ring, you had to write it down. If you had scars, I actually was in a fire recently and I'm getting my leg to look back normal, but it's just like those things are celebrated a lot more now. But especially for an African American trying to be a model, we went through a lot. And I'm so happy to see how Instagram is kind of changing things up. I don't like how people are posing now as much, just because like the little thing with the little foot up, like that irritates me. And like, and I catch myself doing it sometimes now, and I'm like, ugh, did I put my foot up? Why? Or like, just like the butt thing where you just like bent over and your butt's all in the can. Like, what are you selling? Are you selling the clothes because we can't see the clothes? Because when you modeling, you selling clothes. When you acting, you're selling a story. So you're telling a story about a person. You're becoming that persona or whatever. When you're doing music, you're telling a truth or a lie, depending on what type of musician or artist you are. But modeling, um, I knew I wasn't even really gonna be on that show too long either, only because I'm not finna be I'm not finna be taking no nude pics. Like, sorry, but not sorry. So I knew once it got down to that, because I peeped, like, a lot of them ended up, like, towards the end of the show, they would have to take, like, nude pictures. I was like, I'll just go home then, you know? But I really wanted to do it. And at that time, I hadn't been signed yet to a major modeling agency. So thank God I didn't let that break me or stop me from pursuing what I love. And I've been like published now, and I've done a lot. So thank you, God. And thank you for watching. I'm going to cut it short here. But I hope I get to meet Tyra and hug her and tell her how inspirational she was and still is. Like, that lady is from Inglewood. Like, y'all got to give her credit. Y'all give Cardi B credit. Y'all give everybody credit. Like, give her credit too. Like, yeah, she tough on women, but she had to go through a lot. And I'm pretty sure it was a few people that y'all didn't see behind the scenes that were super tough on her. And all this stuff is coming out of like previous recordings or models saying they treated her crazy or she treated them crazy. Did she really treat you crazy, or were you just not taking it seriously or as seriously as she took it at the time? Because she went through a lot. And I know even with the entertainment industry, it's a lot of things that like we can't talk about, that we can't say, or certain things that we went through that we would never even disclose or tell people about. So y'all gotta cut Tyra some slack, bro. Like, please. Cut her some slack, bro. Like, please. I don't even want to get into all the different things that I've been seeing, but it's like, if anybody can paint their face a color, it's a black woman. I could paint my face green. I could paint it white. I could paint it purple, pink. I could paint it dark black. I could paint it light brown. I could paint it whatever color I want. Because you know why? I'm black. And y'all need to respect her regardless. She paved the way for a ton of models, and she's done a lot. And she's dope still to me. And this cancel BS is like, cancel who you want to, but I'm finna ride with who I want to ride with. I ride with my family first, but second I ride with my gut. Well, first God, then my family, then my gut. And I love how private she keeps her private life. I love how, I'm gonna give her flowers now. I love how beautiful she is. I love how she was a Barbie doll in a whole TV show or movie, and like helped me see me as a Barbie doll instead of a Barbie as like a blonde hair, blue eyed, tall, skinny lady. It was like Tyra. Tyra was the Barbie doll. Eve was my Barbie doll. And Tyra has done numerous TV shows where she acted impeccably. She did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She's done many like TV shows and just cameos and music videos. She did that Ludacris music video. She was so freaking beautiful in that video. And she was like watching people's kids and stuff. It's like she didn't do the average video vixen thing where she's like shaking around in the camera and stuff. Like, she was like, baby, you gonna give me a role in a music video? I'm finna be the babysitter or something. I ain't finna be out here wobbling all in front of the camera. She was lit and still is. And I hope I meet her one day because Janice was real cool. Janice spoke really highly of her. And Janice invited me into her home. And she let me like just learn more about like meditation and focusing on God and Jesus Christ. And she told me about Prince. Like the first time I hung out with Janice Dickenson, Prince died that day. And she showed me how to meditate. And I remember like crying while I was meditating. And she was like, you're going to think about other stuff. You're going to hear other sounds. Child, it was helicopters. Helicopters going at the top of her house. She don't stay in that house no more, but yeah. And she was just like, just ignore them. That's paparazzi. She still had her eyes closed. I like opened my eye like, what? Okay. I like kept meditating. Oh, y'all, everybody's just a human and everybody's just doing the best they can do, bro. And if you stop putting people on these like weird, unhealthy pedestals, you won't be so disappointed by them being a human. Like, everybody gonna disappoint you. Your mama has disappointed you at some point. Your father, your best friend, your brothers, your sisters, your pastors, funeral people, like directors and stuff. Associates, teachers, professors, like everybody disappoints you. My pastor said that before. And it's just like everybody is going to disappoint you at some point or has, or you know what I'm saying? But that just goes back to like, okay, this is how Jesus Christ dealt with stuff. And I feel like I'm rambling now, but I just want people to be like sweeter to black women, because if this was like some other modeling show or even the one that like stemmed off with like Heidi Klum, it's so quiet on her end and on like her part of the show and stuff. If I can recall, I can remember she was pretty hard on the models too. So I don't see nobody digging up like blurry footage from when she was doing it. So y'all just like chill out, man. Let her live. She's still doing really dope stuff. I'm like, I really was excited to see Model Land. I don't know if it's still out and stuff. I was in LA when she was doing it, and she was supposed to reveal it right before COVID. And I remember them like shutting it down. But Tyra is a really dope entrepreneur, and I still look up to her. So give her a break, man. Yeah, that's all I got to say. If you like what you hear or what you see, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. And I'm so sorry. I'm tired today. I'm doing my best too. I'm human. Maybe I disappointed you because I didn't do the Barbie face today. Or, be eating some delicioso food. I already ate with my sister at this amazing Japanese restaurant called, or not, is it Japanese? I don't think, no, it's not Japanese. It wasn't a Japanese restaurant. It was Asian fusion with African American fusion, I'm pretty sure. But it was called Crawfish Cafe. They had crawfish egg rolls. I'll add the footage, at least, of the food that we ate. I just burped from it. It was good, though. And I just wanted some alone time with my sister. She just came back for college from Christmas. And for Christmas from college, that was backwards because I'm sleepy. And I really needed to spend time with her. And I looked like this when I was there with her. So this is what y'all get too. And I love my sister, Dirty Draw. She could do no wrong. And I love y'all too. So I'll see y'all on the next video. Like I was saying, like, comment, subscribe. And we gonna see on the next one. Working on a lot of really dope stuff. I have a million ideas. I'm just trying to get them all done. But I almost went viral on TikTok, guys. The last video I posted is like at 1,105. That's really good for me. Um, and then my Instagram's doing okay. It's at like 11K, 11.1K. We'll see. I'm still trying to push that. And then my YouTube now is at 2,100. I think it's at 2,100. So thank you guys for subscribing, and I love you guys. And if you want merch, the Follow These merch, this hoodie I got is from my website. It's on there. I got the sweatpants on too, but some things, you gotta be private. I'm in my bed, and I barely could do this video. Bye. Love y'all. Deuces.